floor tile that I bought. I wanted to do like a slate in the kitchen in like a black sort of a charcoal slate. And so it's a renter friendly thing because I want to take this floor up and take it with me when I go. So what I'm going to do is put it down, and I've done it over here, and I'll finish up that once this floor is done. I will show you how I did this floor here, and that is done with double-sided sticky tape. Can you believe it? Hardwood floor done with double-sided sticky tape. That floor's been down for almost a year, and it hasn't moved. And I'll be able to take all that wood with me when I go. So the same thing's going to happen here. And I know people think that's crazy, but I'm telling you, it absolutely works. You pick the flooring you want. You pick it up and take it with you when you go. So here's the before, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to clean the floor up, and I'm going to do part of it, and you'll see what I mean with double-sided sticky tape. Okay, and here are the items. So this is the Armstrong flooring. It's like an industrial sort of strength flooring. It's like a really huge thickness. You know, much like those pops. You know, I think they're like the floor pops from Home Depot. Well, that's what they kind of remind me of. And like you have kind of two different directions. You can have the tile go so that the little flex in it go that way, or you could have it go the other way. So what I'm going to do is I might have to use a little bit of hot glue to kind of keep the first row in place, but you know what that's like. That stuff just pops up, no problem, and then it just rips off the back. Like when I do end up going to take these tiles out, take them with me or sell them, do whatever. But they are strong beyond belief. They sit flat, no problem. So I have absolutely no worries that these aren't going to work. Like I said, 3/4 inch wood I put down with double-sided sticky tape. It's fantastic. So this is the double-sided sticky tape that I used because it is the best. That's what I used to put the hardwood floor down a year ago. Still going strong, never moved. None of it has moved. So that's what I put down. And then you just need some normal scissors to do that with. So I'm going to start with the first row, and I'll show you what I do is I put a strip of double-sided sticky tape on the floor, and then I'll probably do like one bead maybe on our little spot on each one of hot glue just to kind of keep it in place. And then I have the wood is going to come to here, and then I'm going to follow up with that other hardwood floor that's going to go inside this area here. And then I have a really nice transition piece that'll go in here. So I did a bit of a dry fit. So I know that end piece there is going to have to be cut because I have to start right here. I'm starting with a straight line here with the wood coming this way. And then that's going to butt up against there and make a flat straight surface. That'll give me my line right here to follow by, and then there'll be in behind there'll be some trim. Actually, I don't even really need to because again it's renter friendly, so my bench seating is going to go back here. Okay, so I suggest that if you're using this Armstrong flooring, right, I can't even believe how awesome it is. Like there is absolutely no ridges, nothing. That's that's the double-sided sticky tape before I take the other side off, right? And you can't tell at all. I didn't put anything underneath this. Like the floor is flat, so I mean that's probably a good thing. But do you see here what I did? Now this Armstrong flooring has two different color sides. Like even though it's exactly the same, you see that's going to be hidden anyway. So I'm not going to bother lifting it up and redoing it. But it's got like a little bit more black on one side. So what I would suggest you guys do if you're going to use Armstrong flooring, which you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. I got this at Lowe's for $1.19 a square foot. Cheap, really cheap. And I laid out my pieces, make sure that it was step back, make sure it's the right side because it's really hard to tell, and shine some light on it. Flip it over, clean the back, then put the double-sided stick tape on and then put it down. That's what I suggest that you do. But so like I said, these tiles are like $1.19 each, and I think I had a coupon. I got some extra money off. Now this double-sided sticky tape that I told you about, that duck side, I got that at Canadian Tire, and that's like $8.99. Like, it's not cheap, but it works. Like, I can't, it's the best stuff I've worked, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, plug it or anything like that, but it is the best double-sided sticky tape I ever used. Okay, so I'm continuing the next day. I just wanted to show you that even though I'm doing like this as a renter friendly here, I wanted to make sure that it still looked pretty good around the fixtures. So I'm not going to do behind the stove, but I did do around the wheels and everything like that to make that look like it's seamless. And I'll show you what this looks like as soon as I put back the cabinet. Okay, and so far so good. Okay, so that was a little bit time consuming, but as you can see, I think it actually turned out pretty good. There's going to be a rug over top of it anyway, but I think for that particular problem that I had in between there with it just a slightly different height, I think it's going to work out good, and I'll just be able to start my whole pattern just like I normally would have from here, and I'll just start it off from there. I think that'll look good. Some of the pieces were a little bit tricky to do in there, but I think it turned out pretty good. Some of the trim is going to take care of some of the gaps. And to be honest with you, I didn't even double-sided sticky tape the ones in the middle here. I put a brad nail in sort of a couple of the pieces over here, and I pushed it really hard and put brad nails here, sandwiched them together, and they're tight. Like, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Okay, so I just finished up probably the hardest part of all. I finished up all the cuts, the tight cuts that had to go into the transition piece that I made. The floor is just about done. So far I think it turned out pretty good. That was all double-sided sticky tape. Some of them I didn't even have to use any of the tape because they were in so tight. I've only maybe used a few brad nails, and that was basically just here along the sides that are going to be the ones that are most for the support. So I'll finish up this going into the closet, and then this is done. I'll put some trim on it, and then I'll show you the end piece. I'll go through what I used for the transition pieces. Once I do, I have the idea that I'm going to use those for these 3 spots. I did this transition piece today. Worked out pretty good. It's pretty much right up to the carpet. That same kind of lip thing, I went over top of the carpet with it, and then I'll butt up the other side, put another piece of cut wood there, and then I'll go into the closet, and then it's all done. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm really pleased with it. I'm telling you, double-sided sticky tape works absolutely amazing. I can't even believe that I did all this flooring, 3 types of flooring. Okay, I'm going to start with the reveal. This is the entranceway coming into the house, where I also did the black flooring from Lowe's, $1.19 a square foot. The black treads were also from Lowe's. They were $3.49 each. That's 1/4-inch plywood behind there, painted in matte black. I also matte blacked all the vents that were in the kitchen and around the house. The mats on the floor actually were also from Lowe's. They were $9.99. I did all the trim as well, some 1/4 round, and I did some other kind of trim to make it look nicer. Here is the reveal of this, how wonderful this turned out. It was so easy to put down. I'm really, really happy with the result of that. This was a piece of oak transition piece that it was a brown. I actually just stained it black, and that is how that turned out. It was perfect. This was the flooring that I was working on. I think it turned out absolutely wonderful. This is the best part here. This right here, I didn't even have to put any wood underneath it. I just made it look like it kind of sunk in, and the wood was done around it. Completely renter friendly. This wood can all be taken up and take it with me when I go. I put the 1/4 round around in this room, and then there's a wide view of it here. So I had to cut some patterns in it. All this wood here was 75 cents a piece. I got it from one of those Habitat Humanities. And I did the 1/4 round as well, black trim here. So basically I just cut the wood into strips and made some transition pieces. I had to work with a little bit of a hump there. It wasn't going to work if there would have been like a little bit of a wobble on the board, so I had to do something. I did all the wood inside here too. The wood that's inside there actually didn't even stick down, because it's going to have to be removed anyway. Inside, in the wood, in between this wood, I ended up putting some wood filler in there to make it look like a little bit more polished. Inside the closets were all done as well. Once I had to figure out what kind of pattern I was going to use for the hallway and how I was going to do the transition pieces. For the transition pieces, I had to make sure that they were really nicely cut underneath there. Put some extra trim around the bottom of these 2 areas here to fix it up a bit. All in all, cost involved. The black floor here, I ended up after taxes about $250 for the black floor. The trim, probably about $20 for the trim, because I got it at like a Habitat for Humanity. That transition piece was $10. This wood here ended up being, for probably what I used, was about $250, $275 worth of wood. That I already told you the cost of the bathroom, probably like $45 for that. Those little rugs over there, I got the same one in the kitchen, and that was $9.99. I used that best. I used the best sticky tape possible, and that was $8.99 a roll. And I probably used about, I'm gonna say, $150 with double-sided sticky tape. But I'm gonna be able to pick this wood up and take it with me. So all in all, I think it was a really good renter-friendly project. I'm really happy with the end result.